Welcome to our first Deep Deck Dive with Danny Donuts. This is a new recurring segment where we take a wacky idea from our comments section and have our resident expert Danny Donuts design a wild deck around the concept. You can submit a full deck list for him to dive into or just a kooky concept like Pirate Mage. Danny doesn't care. He's going to try to make it into a deck that you're going to have a blast playing, and maybe it'll get you a few wins on the ladder. Danny prides himself in being a great Wild deck builder, and we've set out to showcase how Wild can be a deck builder's paradise. Each week, we'll be picking a deck archetype submitted by you, the viewer, in the comment section below, and have Danny build it. No matter how ridiculous it is, we give the deck to our resident Wild expert Danny Donuts. He internalizes the theme of the deck, tears it down to its core, and rebuilds it to be a strong Wild deck that's even more fun to play, and even potentially viable on the Wild ladder.
Danny Donuts here, and welcome to my Deep Deck Dive. So here we got a pretty good one for our first episode. We got a deck from Gensrick, which is right here. So at first glance, it seems like this deck is revolving around stealing your opponent's minions, so I've dubbed this the Mr. Steal Your deck. So in the current meta, this is interesting because you got a lot of Big Priest, Giant's Luck, and Aggro Paladin at the moment. So if you go and you try to capitalize on stealing your opponent's minions in those bigger matchups, and when you're playing against the control decks, and being able to hold off until you can stabilize in those slower matchups, you can probably do pretty well with a deck that's similar to this, that at least holds the concept of stealing your opponent's minions. So here's the concept. Here are the cards that I thought really took what from his deck were really the embodiment of what he was looking for in the stealing of your opponent's minions, what really synergizes around. So you have the Potion of Madness and the Shadow Madness, which steals your opponent's minions, and you get to use that to either trade in his situation, but I think that we can capitalize on that a little bit more later on. So he also has cards like Sylvanas and Mind Control Tech to straight up steal your opponent's minions, along with Cabal Shadow Priest, but you have the condition of your opponent's minion having to be 2 or less attack. So the pint-sized potion goes and synergizes with that. Entomb is just stealing a minion straight from your opponent's board, and actually works as a silence effect on a minion too. If it is played and something like a Tyrion is played, you silence it. If a Void Lord is played, you don't have the death rattle go off. So that's pretty good in this meta. Mind Control Tech is also interesting. It's a bit slow at the moment. A lot of this is very slow. And then Mind Games. Mind Games is good only against like Big Priest, because you have 4 out of 5 of hitting one of those big minions, but at the moment it's not so good against any other deck, because alongside, even if you're looking at something like Giant's Luck, where you have a 50% chance of hitting a giant, you have all the other minions in their deck, like maybe a Doomsayer, a Possessed Lackey, a Void Caller, and you hit one of those and the 4 mana is not really worth it at that point. So some of the other cards that he had in his deck were some value, some removal, and some cycle. So he had Doomsayer as like a removal thing to stall out. I think that's a pretty good card right now. He also had Dragonfire Potion, which I actually don't like in this meta right now. I feel that there are some better options, and we'll get to that in a bit. And he also had some value cards like Elise and Free From Amber to generate value, but I think that we can find some other value generating cards that synergize with our game plan a little bit more. Those are just general value cards. And he also had some cycle with Acolyte of Pain and Shadow Visions. The Acolyte of Pain's a little bit of an interesting choice. You don't really play that in Priest unless you have like a Wild Pyromancer, typically, so you can get multiple draws off of it. That's why you're running it, because you don't want to pay 3 mana just to draw 1 card. And then Shadow Visions is fairly good in a deck like this, actually, where you're running a lot of spells and your like main game plan of stealing your opponent's minions relies on those spells. I think that we can definitely get rid of the Mind Controls. We can get rid of the Free From Amber. I like Sylvanas. Double Entomb seems like a bit much. I think we can run with 1. We're actually gonna do that right now. We're gonna replace our Dragonfire Potions with Light Bombs. So moving on, we have the Shadow Priests. That synergizes with our game plan of trying to steal their minions, so we'll keep that. I like the Shadow Madnesses. It's good against some of those bigger minions. Like if you get a 3 attack Void Lord, you can essentially steal that. If you can shrink a larger minion, maybe something that's 5 down with Pint-Sized Potion, you can steal that. So I like the Shadow Madness, and I think we can use that to a good effect here. The Mind Control tech, I actually want to run 2 of these. I think that they're just good against aggro. It helps you stabilize the board, and it's just a good, it's a fair tempo play against something that's aggressive. We'll keep the Shadow Visions, the Doomsayer. Convert is a bit optimistic. I don't think that we're gonna go and keep that. So now let's start adding in some of these cards that synergize well. And when I was looking through the collection a little bit earlier, some of the 2-drops really stood out. One in particular being the Recombobulator. So the concept being that we steal one of our opponent's minions with the Shadow Madness or the Potion of Madness, and then we go and we transform it into a different minion of the same cost, and it stays our minion. So I think that's a really cool wild synergy, and I definitely think that we're going to be trying to put it in our deck. Priest also has a pretty good 2-drop that is related to this theme of stealing your opponent's minions, especially if they're bigger. We have the Shrinkmeister. So it's a GVG card, and it shrinks your minion for 2 attack, which synergizes really well with our Potion of Madness and Shadow Madness. So now you can go and take a Void Lord with a Potion of Madness, which is insane. So I think that running Shrinkmeister is pretty good. Some of the other stuff that's going through my head is that because we have all these shrinking things, we might as well run Pains. Oh yeah, we got the card of the expansion. We have Mr. Carnivorous Cube. It'd be great to steal an opponent's minion with a Potion of Madness, and then combo that with our Carnivorous Cube. We definitely need a little bit more removal, especially if we're playing up against aggro. So I want to go and include Horror right now. We definitely want at least one, and it combos really well with our shrink effects, with our Pint Size and our Shrinkmeisters to be able to go and kill a board. Definitely running a Psychic Scream for Paladin in just the situation where we go and we get contested by a lot of stuff. But if we just have a big minion that's out of control, Shadow Reaper Anduin's good, and we can transition from a game of taking their minions into just burning them out at some point after we've ran them out of resources. I think that just for the sake of Gensrick, we're gonna go and run one of the more fun legendaries. We're gonna go in and put our Yogg-Saron in at the end. I'm pretty excited to try this one out.
Tyrande!
So we got a Priest.
Tyrande!
You give me strength. The goddess is my shield.
So against Priest, we wanna, for big Priest, we wanna keep Pint-Sized Potion and hopefully be able to get some sort of steal. Something like the Shadow Priest. So he's gonna have coin. Coin. Turn 6, he's gonna either, I mean, if he has Barnes, we're in a bit of trouble anyway, but...
Blessings to you. Blessings to you.
If we can wait from 6 and get and steal his minion, that'd be pretty sweet. Uh-oh, here comes Barnes.
Tonight, a tale of terror.
What do we get?
Tragedy.
Session. Alright. They're going to Shadow Visions. For a pain. We're going to prevent him from taking our, from killing his own minion. And we are going to kill his Barnes, so his Resurrects are bad. So we wait 2 turns. We can Shadow Priest that. We gotta wait. Hopefully he's not smart and Pains or Shadow or Spirit Lashes right now. So I like Shadow Priest here. Steal his minion. So this should be fun here. We're gonna Carnivorous Cube this. Ah, it killed this. I thought if it had killed the cube, that would have been great. He's gonna run a Silence or a Scream. Okay, Scream's okay. We're doing okay so far. So Doomsayer. We don't want to play Doomsayer because he could play a Lich King. We'd much rather play a Sylvanas. He'll just try to clear the Sylvanas though, so I don't think we do anything.
I wonder.
We wait. Okay, is it 9? He's got to play something. Shadow Essence. Oh, Rag. Okay. So we're gonna steal his Rag, keep him from getting it. Oh, we can just entomb it. I think we want to entomb something more dangerous, and we have some outs here. So, do we Pint-Sized Potion, Shadow Madness, Pain?
What is Elune's will?
Pint-Sized Potion. I think the 3 attack matters against. We can use it as a double, get something down to a 2, and steal it with the other thing. So I like this Shrinkmeister.
Let us see if this works.
Steal it, and then paint it. We're gonna stop him from getting any revive effects. Alright. So do we care if he gets a bunch of statues? No, because we can steal them later. I really want to have another steal effect right now, but Entomb is fair here. We don't have anything to proc Sylvanas is the only issue. I will Entomb. We literally just take all the minions out of his deck. Alright. So we play Sylvanas. Hopefully the Rag hits it. So we can clear. We can clear with a Light Bomb.
What is Elune's
But then he brings it back, which is the issue. He probably has multiple Resurrect effects at the moment. We gotta overthink this at the moment, see if we can get a better play. We can always drop Yogg, but I don't think that's good enough at the moment. Pint Size, Steal, Trade. I think we're gonna use the Pint Size when we get one of the Steel minions. We'll just go. I'm okay dropping Doomsayer, because that gives us a turn to draw into some of our steal effects. The only issue is if he has like Lich King and he drops it, that's our concern, if he has it in hand. Lich King or the other Obsidian statue. Ooh, double Shadow Visions. That's good. That means he can't cast anything but a Shadow Essence, but he use both Shadow Essences, so he can't use the Spellstone. Alright, so that's good. Now we can use that. I just want to get Yogg on the board. Develop something. That's good. That's really good. This. Face. Nice. Nice. Duplicate. Oh, that was a great Yogg. That was a really good Yogg. One of the best Yoggs I've had all day. Whatever he plays gets polymorphed. So anything he had in his hand. And we have a duplicate on the Yogg, which is great. Light Bomb. Okay, we got 2 Yoggs. I think we just drop another Yogg. Alright, so what does he pull? That. Okay, that's actually pretty fine by me. I'm okay with stealing one of these bad boys.
Let me change your mind.
Alright, so he has the 2 Spellstones and he has Lich King. And he has 3 Resurrect effects. He has the other Eternal Servitude, and he has Resurrect. So that's silence. We don't care. As long as we have minions to contest. Lich King. Okay. Oh, Potion of Polymorph. Oh, that's a pain. Does he have anything else in his deck? I don't think so. Yep, okay. So we're good on that front. I think that Anduin is good here. Anduin clears. Do we want to save Anduin for a better clear later? Probably. We could also just Yogg here, but I'm not sure how good that actually is. We might want to save that for later. So he also has Psychic Scream. We don't want him to scream back in the deck. He only used one. So double bump. I want to save that. So let's double bump Yogg.
Oh no!
Holy Fire. Don't hit yourself. Okay. That's good. Dragon's Fury. Okay, so that should clear him. Alright, we're good. Wow. I should deal damage to myself. 5 armor. Oh, that's no. That would have been good. The convert. Alright, so there's a death. So he has one more Spellstone. So I kind of want to steal this now. I kind of want to shrink this. I can't shrink that. I need a better thing. Alright, so Anduin it is.
The light has betrayed me.
Alright, so we're gonna cube that. So we pint size. We steal it. We bump you. Then we cube. We start going for it. Oh, I hit the second Psychic Scream! Alright. And Resurrect. Sheep! Okay. That's fine. Oh, the cube's back. I'm okay with Sylvanas here. I don't believe it has any silences. We'll make him clear this.
I have no time for games.
The only concern I have right now is the Spellstone. Hopefully we can Yogg after the Spellstone. Already have the Spellstone. Okay, so we don't have any more Spellstones to worry about. We may have to put all that back in the deck. Let's see what we got. Shadow. Motion. Yeah. We gotta Scream. We gotta get our Light Bomb. We gotta wait on that. Job done. Alright, so that could pull out another one. It could pull out a... Alright, give me a Dark. Give me the Light Bomb. Nope. Alright, we gotta go for it here. That's nice. That's fair. Hit one of his minions. Cool. Alright. Ooh, what do we get? What do we get? Armor. Armor. Nice. Yes! That's not good. That's okay. That's not okay. That's not okay. What do we got? Pain. Taunt. Alright, alright. So we can clear. Rag.
Shadows consume you.
Job done.
Engaging TC-130 Mental Dislocator.
He goes for the trade. Okay, with the potion, that's fair. He might pull a Ragnaros here, which is a bit concerning, but we'll have to manage. Sheepy sheep. That actually helps, because we can push the badness that for an extra hit. And there's the Ragnaros. Okay. We might want to play that, and then trade both of those in. I like this. And if he doesn't hit the Obsidian Statue, we just cube it. Alright, hit my face, hit my face! Alright. So we can... Well, let's... It doesn't matter. Hero power. Go face. Cube. Go face. Play bomb. We don't want to commit too much. I don't believe he has any other major threats. So we can just pressure him out. No Battlecry Barnes. And there we have it! Oh, let's use that one. Go face.
You might feel a little tingle.
The thrill of the hunt.
Let us see if this works.
Well played.
Well played.
Now that was a fun game. Alright, so that pretty much wraps it up. We went through, we took a deck, and we made it into a pretty fun deck, but something that can go and beat some of the top decks on ladder. I'm Danny Donuts, and this was a Deep Deck Dive. See you guys later.
This has been the Deep Deck Dive with Danny Donuts. As always, please leave a like if you enjoyed this video and join the discussion in the comments below. Oh, and don't forget to let us know what you want Danny to dive into next. Finally, don't forget to subscribe to stay up to speed with all of Tempo Storm's Hearthstone news and content.